G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Square Golf Launch Monitor video. Today we're taking a look at the most recent update, and with Square, it was actually quite confusing before. You had to update the OS and the firmware through your PC with your unit connected to your PC. It was just odd, it was bizarre. Now it's a lot more streamlined, so you can use your iPad, you can use your iPhone, whatever device you have, connect it up to the Square, and it can actually do the firmware update through the actual device. So it's a lot more streamlined. Now, the way I did the update, I actually went online. I've got this connected to my PC now. I went online, downloaded the new software for the actual computer, and then once I hooked it up to the software, it downloaded the new firmware and everything for me. I didn't have to then go and connect my unit to the PC to do the OS update. So it is a lot more streamlined, and it's really good to see that because it does get confusing. Now, with the Square, you are going to have to update a few things. So you're going to have to update the actual application, then you're going to have to update the firmware as well. Also, if you want it connected to GS Pro, you have to update the GS Pro connector because the GS Pro connector has had an update and it's now got a feature that I've been requesting since this device came out. So let's first talk about the GS Pro connector. So with the GS Pro connector now, I'm just going to pull it up so you guys can see it. This is the new GS Pro connector. And what you can see is you now have a couple of different sections. You've got your Square Golf Launch Monitor, you've got GS Pro, you've still got the little connections there. If I wanted to scan to connect my Square, I'd hit that scan button, it would pop up, I'd connect it to the PC, and then I would connect it to GS Pro. This is still using the Open API GS Pro Connect, so be aware of that. What I like about the connector now is they have now added the ability to align the unit from the actual connector, which is really cool. So we've got the ball ready sound, and you can adjust the levels of the sound, how much how loud you want the voice to be. You also have on the right hand side there, you've got the spin mode. And what I love about this is they're actually telling you what each of these do. So you can see here I've got measurement selected. So it says in the measurement mode, it's going to measure the spin for the golf ball in the list. So you have to be using either the Square golf ball or the TaylorMade TP5 Pix or the TP5X Pix balls. They have to be the Pix balls. They have to have those little triangles on there for this unit to actually be able to capture this spin correctly. So it is measuring it. However, I've been told by Square that it is going to be slightly more accurate using the Square golf balls than using the Pix balls. In my videos, I've used the Pix balls and I'm actually really, really happy with the spin and spin axis that the TaylorMade Pix balls give me. They're a premium ball. They're the ball that I use outside. So that's what I'm using with the device. If you click calculation, this is where it says, calculate the ball's spin using the ball's velocity, direction, and the club's trajectory. So this is essentially going to make this like a Garmin R10, where it's going to estimate the spin and spin axis. So for me, just use measured, get some Pix balls, use the Square golf balls, get your measured spin. Okay, the other thing we have, and this is what I've been asking for a long time, it is the target alignment in the actual GS Pro Connect window. Now, I've got no device connected. Let me get out of the Square Golf app. Let me boot it up. Let me get connected to this connector so I can show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, I am just connecting now, and what I will say is, if you struggle connecting your Square Golf Launch Monitor to your PC, I'm going to have to go full screen just to make this impactful. If you are struggling to connect this thing to your PC, get a Bluetooth dongle. I've got a TP-Link one. I'll link this. It's actually linked in all my videos. I have a TP-Link dongle, a Bluetooth dongle, and I've got it on this massive extension cord. The good thing about this is I can put this right next to my device, and this Bluetooth receiver is far superior to the one that's built into the computer. PC Bluetooth receivers are notorious for being bad. This thing costs like 20 bucks, I think. It's not much. Get one of these. You've got to go in and disable your one on your PC. Make sure you watch a YouTube video of how to do this. Disable the one that your PC is using. Enable this one. It's amazing. I haven't had any issues with connecting my MLM2 Pro, my Square Golf Launch Monitor, any of these things when I've had this Bluetooth dongle. So we are connected. You can see there we've got how much power we currently have with the device. I am charging this at the moment. We can connect to GS Pro if we launch GS Pro, but what I want to show is the target alignment. So look, one thing I'll say about this connector, I'm in two minds about it, right? You can use the swing stick for driver and irons and also putting in GS Pro, which sounds good. However, the reason I don't like it is because you can use this playing your simulator golf tour rounds. So look, I was getting about 200 ball speed. I was literally Bryson DeChambeau when I was using the swing stick. I might do another video on that. It might be fun actually to use it during GS Pro. Let's open this target alignment. You can see it pops up straight away. You get left-handed and right-handed options. I'm a right-handed golfer. I've got it set up on the ground. Let me get the swing stick and actually do this. I've lost my alignment stick. Found my alignment stick. It was hiding. Okay, so I'll pop this down on the ground. When you do this, you actually have to place it a bit more in line with your unit than you think. So I'll pop it down and I'll try and get it kind of in line with my unit and then also directly down the line that I'm hitting. You can see it picked it up straight away. So you don't put this from where you hit from. Let me go full screen. So if I was going to put this thing from where I was hitting from, it'd be back here. And hopefully you guys can see that. I've actually got it almost in line, maybe a little bit behind my unit. I've got these reference lines on my mat from my overhead projection. So I've kind of lined it up with that the best that I can. If I was trying to get this perfect, I would use a laser and I would actually get it using my overhead projector, and then I'd put one of these reference lines there, I'd put a laser through it and I'd put this stick on that. Right, so that is saying that my unit is pretty much aligned perfectly. So that's pretty good. Once you're happy with it, you can click OK and that will save it in there. So if I wanted to just leave the unit and not adjust it, I could just click cancel. If I want to adjust it to where in the software, the unit is going to adjust for it 0.1, 0.2 of a degree, I'd click OK. I'm quite happy. It's fluctuating between 0, 0.2, 0.3. We might go 0.1. So now, because I clicked it when it was 0.1, it is going to software adjust by 0.1 of a degree to the right. So that's the new connector. This target alignment is absolutely incredible. I'm so happy they added that feature because you can be playing GS Pro, you can accidentally bump your device, a ball can just bump into it. For me, I like to know that it's aligned perfectly. Okay, let's disconnect. Let's cancel out of the connector and let's open the Square Golf application because I do want to go through this. There have been a few updates, there have been a few upgrades. Okay, so let's go through the Square Golf application. Let's see some of the improvements that they've made. First, let's jump into the settings. So they've adjusted a few things. You can now, for your ball ready sound, you can have the voice where it says ready. This is the same ready sound that they have in the X-Putt. X-Putt and Square, they're the same company. Or you can have a bell. I like the little ready sound. It kind of is nostalgic from using my X-Putt, so I like the little voice, so we'll keep that. You also have now, they've changed, they used to have a thing called Premium Golf Ball, I can't really remember, but what they've done now for carry distance adjustment, if you think you're being hard done by, you can actually adjust this carry distance. You can either add some or you can take some away. I personally think setting it on 0, this thing for me reads correctly. The algorithm to me is pretty good. So I just leave it as 0. Those are, I guess, the two big differences they've made. Let's just jump into spin measurement. So again, you've got measured and calculated. The cool thing with this is, like I said, it's going to tell you exactly what each one does. And then when you click on measured, you do have a list of the golf balls you can use. I have heard rumors that they're going to try and get the Callaway TrueViz golf balls working. Hopefully that's coming soon. Okay, and then we finally do, like I showed before, we've got the graphics settings. That really hasn't changed. Let's jump back now to home. If we go to the notifications section, there has been a few notifications. So you can see there were some bug fixes on the 14th of April. If we go through, this is where you can see the new features. So we've got closest to the pin putting. In the game, you've got an option to continue your previous game, which is really cool. And then you've got the ready sound effect instead of the voice. Modifications they've made on the driving range now. sessions management features. I'll show that off in a second. And then you also have the carry distance adjustments, which I just showed. You've got spin measurement mode indication, my account, game and settings, set up and save my bag. So that's really cool. Let's go to the my account then, and let's just have a look at our bag. So there at the bottom, you can see my bag, want to edit. I love that. That's very Korean. I will edit it, please. Let's go for driver, and this is going to show, look, this is like a, this is an ego thing. I'm going to say my driver is 280. I think 280, realistically maybe 270, 280. For the wood, we've got a forward, and for the forward, I carried that about 250, 260. It gets out there. What have we got now? Let's go through 3 hybrid. We carry that about 230. I don't have a 5 hybrid. 4 iron, about 220. I wish it was in 5-yard increments. That'd be better. 5 iron is about 210-ish. 6 irons around 200, 195-ish. See, I wish I had 5-yard increments would be nice, because 200 for a 6 iron is a bomb 6 iron. Again, 7 iron, 180, it's about 175. But look, let's just stick with it. 165, 9 irons, 150. Pitching wedge, 136. We're just going to have to put it as 140. Gap wedge, 120 to 125. Sand wedge is 110-ish, probably more like 107, 108. And then lob wedge is about 95-ish. Okay, we've mapped our bag. Some of the yardages, I do wish we had like a 5-yard option. That would be nice. So yeah, if you're watching this square, Jin, if you're watching this, it would be nice to have 5-yard increments for this. Okay, let's save and exit. Let's go back home and let's go to the driving range, because there has been something really cool added to the driving range that I want to show off. Okay, so we're out here at the range. That does not take long to load. So first off, let's just get like let's go a 9 iron. And I love that. It's got your yardages there. I love this on the left. I'm going to hit a few shots and show you exactly what this does. So I don't have the club stickers on. I do apologize. Let me move this alignment stick. So on the left-hand side now, you do have dispersion circles. So I'll hit a couple of shots. And not only do you have dispersion circles, you do also get deviation, which I love seeing. Okay, we're not warmed up. We are not warmed up. That was not good. Okay, a little bit better. Starting to warm up. Second shot of the day, 150 on the dot. Cool. All right, let's look at the left-hand side now, because what you're going to start to see is we've got a little dispersion circle happening. We've got 2 shots there. We've got an average carry distance, and then we also have deviation. I love seeing that. Let's hit a few more shots. There we go, that's better. Nice swing there. Beautiful shot. 150 on the number. Spin rates look good. And look at that, we're starting to get our dispersion circle, we're starting to get our average carry, and we're also starting to get the deviation. Okay, another nice shot. And you can see about 150 on the number. We'll see average carry in a second, and then we'll see our circle starting to build and our deviation building as well. This is really cool because now with bag mapping, you're really going to be able to get accurate information. So you can see your average carry yardage, and then you can also see your deviation that you've got with that club. As you work up through the bag, your deviation will start to grow, and you'll start to probably see, you know, well, it depends on your level of golf, but for me with say a 4 iron, I'm probably going to see about 10 yards there or thereabouts deviation. I'm trying to, in a perfect world for me, I should see about 2 to 3 yards deviation. That's when I know I'm swinging it seriously good, and that's when I'm playing my best. So I love seeing that. It is fantastic. We also in the top left-hand corner now have this button called Sessions. So if we hit that, we can actually start a new session. We can continue a session. So if we go new session, for instance, and we'll call this session name Wedge Matrix. So we'll go OK. And now you can see with this, I've got an ability to export the information in a CSV. I can delete shots. So, I mean, you're really getting some accurate information here. So let's just do a little wedge matrix. So let's get our lob wedge. Okay, so let's do our wedge matrix now. I'll just do a little 60-yard shot. Okay, you can see that. Carry distance about 60 yards. And now if we go back into that sessions, you can see, look at that. You would have all your information there. Look, 9 irons selected. It is what it is. But you can see over time, if I hit a few shots, let me just hit a few. So a little bit further, 66. That was a nice shot. About the same, about 67, oh, 69, so a little bit further. And let's try and hit one a bit shorter. We'll go for about 60 yards. $60 yards on the dot. Perfect. Okay. So we've done, what, 4 wedge shots. If we go to session now, what you would start to see is all your club data. You'd start to see your average club data. And then also, you're going to start to see your average ball speed, launch direction, launch angle, spin rate, spin axis. This is fantastic. I love this because what you can do now is you can do all your work. You can do data analysis, and then you can export it, which is fantastic. So these features are huge for me. I love seeing this. This honestly reminds me of the Awesome Golf coaching range where you could get that spreadsheet. I mean, you're really going to get a good idea of what your shots are doing. I just love seeing this. I absolutely love it. So this is a really good feature. Let's just delete that session. But yeah, that sessions button for me is a massive, massive win. So I love this new updated range. I love the new features they've added. It is absolutely fantastic. What they're doing is they're really helping you learn. They're helping you analyze your data, analyze your game, see what your dispersion is. It's just fantastic. Let's go to closest to the pin. Let's check that out. So we can go distance, fixed, increasing, or random. We'll go random. Distances, we've got the 2 slider bars. So we'll go 60 yards to, let's go 90. And then we won't putt, so we won't finish them off. Green speed 13. That all looks good. Set green slope, you've got flat, typical, or tough. We'll just go flat. For the purpose, for what we're doing, we're just trying to do some wedge work. And let's have a look at closest to the pin. Okay, this is really nice. So this looks a little bit different as well. So let's hit a few shots. We've got 60 yards, just a flat shot, 48 yards to the front of the green. So realistically, we just want to land this about 55. Sit. Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, look at that. That's a really nice shot. And now we've got a 70-yard shot. So you can see in the top right-hand corner, you've got your green, because it's all flat, it's just that same color. We've got 50 yards to the front of the green, 70 to the pin. You can really get good with your wedges just doing things like this. And to be honest, this is what I need to do a lot more of. So this one, we'll try and land at about 65. Come on, be good. Yeah, I mean, the feels with distances that I'm trying to hit, I'm hitting the distance in the virtual world. So to me, this unit is just, it's accurate. 75 now, so this is a tough yardage for me. So I need to land this about 70. So it's just a little bit past left arm parallel for me. That might be really good. Yeah, it is. It's such a good device. So quick to react as well. Okay, Love seeing that. Let's head over to the putting green now. Now, I don't know about the yardages. They all seem to be round numbers. It would be good to see some random numbers, like in the increments. Okay, let's quit out of this. And the same with the bag mapping. Maybe, you know, I've said 5-yard increments, but why? Why don't we just have the yardage that we carry it? If we could go to the driving range, do a bag mapping mode, and then have the data imported into your bag, I think that'd probably be a lot better, a lot easier. Let's go to the putting range now. We've got distance 5 feet up to 50 feet. So set distance. Okay, let's just go 20 feet. Oh, this is fixed. Let's go random. Let's go 35 feet to 5 feet. Green speed will go 12. I'm right on the edge. Because what I like to do with my devices, I like to putt from the side where I don't hit from, and then I hit from the middle. So I'm really on the left-hand side of the hitting window here. We've got a 35-foot putt. Just pulled it slightly. Oh, that's way long as well. I will say, green speeds are a little bit different to GS Pro, and I still haven't gotten used to them. So it looks like the putting as well is just doing like whole numbers, like round numbers. It would be nice to just see some random, like 17 feet, 31 feet, 29 feet, just random numbers. 15 feet. That is a little bit left again. And that is me. I generally tend to pull them if I miss them. But pretty good speed there. Happy with that. And now I'm right in that back corner of the hitting window. 25 feet. Let's see if we can knock this in. Come on. Have I hit it? Oh yeah, I've rammed it. Look at that. I've absolutely rammed it. Okay. That's the putting. It is in very, it looks like 5 feet increments, like there's no randomness to it. But I mean, you could get good at putting. Green speeds, I don't know. I'm not sure about the green speeds. Okay, so let's kind of wrap that up. So for me, I do like the change. I need to go play GS Pro with this thing now. I'll film a video showing playing GS Pro, but things that I would like to see in the next update would be from the range to be able to do a bag mapping session and then be able to import that bag map into the actual bag in the settings menu. If not, when you assign your bag, let us do it in 1-yard increments. I don't know why they're in 10-yard increments. That's quite a big difference in yardages. And when I initially walked through, I was like, just have it as 5-yard increments, but why? Why not let us do 1-yard increments? Just let us do 1-yard increments for the bag map. The next thing is the practice facility. I love the random distances, but again, do it in 1-yard increments for the chipping and the approach shots. And then for the putting, do it in 1-foot increments. Let us have some random, let us have some variety. Having it in 5 feet and 5-yard increments, it just seems very structured. It just seems too structured. I like randomness, and having 1-foot increments with putting, I think would really help people dial in their speed control. And finally, let's talk about the swing stick. I have had one of my subscribers reach out to me, and he's a really good guy. He said that the swing stick doesn't work within the app unless he assigned the swing stick to a certain player in the settings. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but the swing stick, there's potentially some issues with this update. I know I don't really use it. See, in the settings, there's no swing stick now anymore. So you've got carry distance, distance. So I cannot see the actual swing stick. The only way we can get the swing stick to work, and I think this is what Harris was talking about, is if you go edit your bag, and then you assign a swing stick in this. So potentially, you'd have to get, yeah, so assigning the swing stick in the bag, which seems odd. I think, you know, what would be nice is if we just had the old button back that where it said use the swing stick. Whereas now it looks like you need to go into your bag in the My Account setting. And I don't think that saved my bag. No, it just hasn't saved the driver. Why is driver not saved? There we go. So it looks like you need to now go into your bag and then you need to save the swing stick as your club, which is very odd. I don't know why it wouldn't just be in the settings menu. So that's another one. Massive shout out to Harris for highlighting that fact to me, because I honestly would not have seen that. So thank you for highlighting that to me. All right, guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you got a lot out of that video, and hopefully me doing these videos, talking about these changes and then highlighting some things for Square, hopefully they watch these and they, you know, ultimately take some feedback on board and improve the user experience. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.